10 years ago, if I told you that you will pay for something today in advance and it will arrive at your doorstep 4 or 5 days later, you would call it nonsense. You will say, I will just go to the market right now, pay the amount, and get the product in my hands instantly. But today, millions of us do that exactly every day without thinking twice. And I think that something very similar to this is happening with AI also right now. The things that sound completely absurd today will feel completely normal in the next decade. So that's what we will be talking about today. And let's start with how the tech of AI looks like today. Currently in 2026, AI is not a new or emerging tech anymore. A large portion of the world uses it actively, not to experiment but to get real work done. Even in social media, a large amount of content is being generated with the help of AI. In corporations, there is even higher adoption. The companies want to extract the productivity gains as much as possible using AI. But still, in majority of companies, it is in trial phase only. The companies are still hesitating to adapt it completely. So there is a trust gap. The tech is being there is also another problem, that is trust gap. The tech is being adopted by more than half of the world population, but trust in the tech is still behind. A lot of people and companies using agentic systems don't trust them enough because they don't clearly reveal the things that they are thinking or the security measures the agents take during the workings. But still, in the upcoming years and decades, AI is projected to cause massive advantages in how we work and interact. Things will change completely 10 years later. That's what current research reports clearly show. And the biggest of those changes, they start at work. Anthropic's recent report clearly shows that a large amount of jobs can be automated using current AI systems in the next few years. The real world adaptation is still currently low, but we can already see it happening in customer care services, especially. With time, more than 30% of the tasks performed by humans today will be replaced by AI in next decade. A large and exponential growth in this tech is already expected over the years. It is capable of displacing a lot of jobs, and maybe it will produce novelty jobs also. No one knows about that. But the corporate world isn't the one place where this is happening. The next one is one that actually matters to everyone and improves their quality of life: healthcare and pharma. FDA is now allowing more AI powered devices than ever, most of them currently in radiology. Drug discovery cycles are getting shorter, fundamentally changing due to AI native pathways. And these workflows will greatly reduce the lab to desk time of drugs. One important constant is still the biological time, the time that it takes to show side effects and test on the real patients. That cannot be accelerated as of now, but still, the AI native pathways to discover drugs must be adapted by the companies and are being adopted right now. The next path where you must pay attention, because it is something very strange and we can already notice it happening, which is human psychology and a change of companionship. A large majority of teenagers are actively using platforms that allow emotional connections with AI chatbots. People are already doing virtual marriages with their AI partners, and these things also will rise further. This will also affect how we form real world relations with our partners, family members, or children. All of this is expected to happen in this decade. A complete change in how we interact with other humans and treat them. And all of that, the work, healthcare, or the relationships, that is still the world before AGI arrives. The bigger thing is expected this decade. which is AGI itself. AGI models, the models as intelligent as a PhD holding human and intelligent across every domains are expected within this year. Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic, has said multiple times that powerful AI models would be expected as soon as next 2 or 3 years. Even Demis Hassabis, CEO of Google DeepMind, has exponentially reduced its timeline from 10 years to next few years, around 3 and 4, between 3 and 5 years. Overall, AGI level AI models are expected around or before 2030, and even 2030 is not so far right now. Currently it's around only 4 years away. So what happens when things go beyond AGI? What does it actually makes possible? Well, no one knows about that. We don't know how it will be used. We even don't know how to use the current AI models properly. But an educated guess can still be made about those things. The biggest change will be offloading the tasks that our human brains perform, especially multi-step reasoning and memory. People also say about creativity that it will also be outsourced to AI models, but experts say opposite. They say that when constraints like lack of resources or a need to do work for earning money will disappear, it becomes easier to do anything and to become more creativity. Overall, human creativity will rise further with more resources, less time needed to prototype anything. A bigger but expected change will be the disappearance of thin line between what it is to be a human and a machine. Current AI models have already made that line very thin. AGI will definitely erase it. Things like UBI, Universal Basic Income, which currently feel out of the world, are also expected and as tweeted by Elon Musk and other people. We don't know surely about anything like how it will work or what how it can be done, but one thing that is expected to rise definitely: the value of humans, especially their creativity and social empathy, the things that are harder for AI models to replicate. Overall, it is hard to exactly define how they will be used or what will truly happen. And talking about India, in the global north, there is a higher adaptation of AI models, but their fear is also high. In global south, there is less adoption, but in India especially, the tech is being actively adapted and developed. There is highly enthusiasm about the tech. India is expected to rise its median income as much as developed nations by 2047. AI will definitely play a major role in doing that. Still, in the West, there is a pessimistic view about AI because it threatens the white collar jobs and the things on which those nations currently depend. It outsources thinking, and a brain drained nation like India is more optimistic about it because the thinking could be easily outsourced. One thing which is positive for one nation is negative for another nations. Overall, the tech is growing exponentially and becoming smarter. The real issue is no one surely knows what will happen, how to use it, or how to apply it in various fields. A lot of things are currently being thrown towards the wall of AI to really find out what sticks.